Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final session for this year's Leaders and Loyalty Conference at our studio here in the cathedral. It's gone so very fast. It's amazing that 3 days have gone already, and we are coming to the end of 2021 edition, our online meetings. But it doesn't matter, because next year is just around the corner. February, we are back again with a full blast conference at the cathedral, and those will be exciting days. I've struggled to share with you some of the few things that God has laid on my heart. It's been so difficult to select what to share, but I believe that these are just thoughts to provoke your thinking and to bring some things to your attention, that this is the trouble we face as ministers in the land, meeting disloyal elements and then fighting to create structures in our churches that will stand the test of time. Many churches were severely affected by the lockdown, and many churches grow to a point and they stop growing. Churches grow, and then after a while they just fizzle out because they have no money, they didn't build. Government brings a new policy. Landlord wakes up, tenants, the landlord wants his building back. Suddenly you are homeless, you're out, and the church of 100 people, 80 people just fizzles out into nothing because there was no planning, there was no structure. You have a structure, you have a church, your assistant organizes leaves you, before you are aware, 100 down to 20. You can't pay the rent again, you can't pay the other bills, and then the church must close down. There's so many things fighting our churches succeeding, and that is why these meetings are so important to help us to stand and do very well. And this evening, our final session, God give us grace, God give us strength. I want to mention a number of things that I believe are very important to help us to become good leaders and to build good structures around us. Now, like I said, God bless the prophet and the great book he has written, Art of Leadership. That book is a classic. It is a must-have for every leader. It will guide you to be a good leader, to show you what things to look for, what to avoid, and to help you to stand strong and be able to lead your members into success. Remember, we mentioned Esther chapter 10 and verse 3, Mordecai, who was a great man, accepted of the leaders of the people of his brethren, trying to bring wealth and speaking peace to them. That was his role as a leader. That was Mordecai. I believe that all of us here are Mordecais in hiding, waiting to be released. Earlier this morning we said that hide and flourish until God has brought you out. Just be there coolly. Don't try to be. You see, it's also pride that makes you want to be seen so early. I'm also there, and yeah, I have been here in the city for many years. It's only now that you know I'm here. We can hide and flourish until the day of your showing. And when God is ready, he will bring you out and give you a platform to preach the messages he has given you over all the years and the time gone by. So let us be cool and calm, relaxed. Just wait patiently for God to do what he will do, and you will be blessed. This evening, our final session, I want to just mention a few things that I feel are very important for you to hear and understand. Number one, recognize the small beginnings of a great career. Sometimes we're in a hurry to grow and we are looking for big things, and so people are not able to recognize that something small around you is important. Zechariah asks, who has despised the day of small beginnings? Sometimes we just say that, something small is nothing. They throw it away. I am sure we have thrown away many good people and many good things along the way. I am certain that many times God gave us something small and we held it in our hands very lightly, and then we let it go. But the word this evening is, don't despise small things. They are the beginning of the big things that God will bring your way. Sometimes we throw away good things, very important things, that God gave us. Very critical members, people, assistants God gave you. But because he came to you wearing shorts on that first day and wearing slippers, you missed it. You wanted a graduate to come to be an assistant. And God chose you, a simple boy from the area who has a great love for you, and he will follow you for many, many years. And in 3 years' time, he will be a great assistant to you. But you missed it. And you said, no, go away. I see a tech graduate. I see a not poly, it's Kumasi Technical University. Yes. I see a technical university graduate. So I like him more than you. I see one man there who speaks good English. I prefer him to you. You are making a mistake. This young man by you is your best bet for the future. Some pastors want churches full of rich people who sell curtain material and iron rods and cement. No, what you have are school boys who are JSS graduates or area boys. Look, those who sell curtain materials, they're not loyal to you. At the next big convention or the next big prophet, they won't leave you and go. But God gave you some young guys who are going to stay with you for your whole life. These young guys will become your strong supporters. But you couldn't see that this small beginning is your future and your hope. And then you let them go. Small boys waiting. They should go away. They don't have offering. They don't have money. They don't have anything. So when they come to church, you mom has to give them money. You have to give them a refreshment and help them go back home again. And you are tired of them. Then you sack them. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Recognize the small beginning of a great career. And as you do that, you'll be amazed at what they'll become in the future. The next thing is, as you are, wait for your season. Wait for your season. Sometimes you also are in a hurry. And you're in a hurry to become great. But you see, everything takes time. Everything takes time, including your development. And sometimes at the beginning of your ministry, you're not qualified to have a microphone to speak to 100 people. You don't deserve it. You need to have only 20 people because what you are preaching is rubbish. If there are 100, you spoil 80 of them will just backslide and disappear. You need to wait for your season. Don't be in a hurry to have 100 people. Grow with the 20 to 30, 40, 70 before you get to 100. Wait for your season. The classic example is Hannah in 1 Samuel. Hannah had no child, but she wanted a child. And she was very desperate for a child. And she prayed to God. Now, Hannah's steps. Number one, while she prayed, she kept going to the synagogue. Listen, while you are waiting, just keep doing all the right things. You are learning along the way how to handle members, how to handle people, how to operate it with different people, cast of people in your church. So right now there's few. You can't make a big mistake. Wait for your season. While you are waiting, keep doing what you have to do. Keep preaching. Don't say that, oh, I'm waiting for a big church, then I'll preach. Until then, these small ones, don't mind them. They're just going to do a prayer meeting. Keep doing what you have to do until your season comes. Number two, while you are waiting for a season, notice the blessings that God has for you around you. Hannah was praying for her son. And while she waited for her son, she couldn't see that her husband Elkanah was a good man. He said that I'm better than 7 sons. But she couldn't see. And she cried, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby. But she had a very good husband and she missed it. Thank God that he didn't work out on her, but he also stayed by her. But listen, sometimes in your search to do well, you will miss the things that God has given you. No, don't do that. Look around while you are still in need and see the blessings God has given you. Amen. And while you are waiting, Hannah, while she waited, she prayed. She prayed. You too pray. I said you too pray. While you are praying, you will see God answering your prayers bit by bit. You will see God showing you how to go forward in life. Step number 3 I'll give you is in trying to grow our churches, You must be a master of strategic steps. Sometimes pastors and church workers and all of us in leadership position, you want to do well fast, and in the process you want to just rise up one day, then you are a champion. It doesn't work like that. You want a one-step solution to your problem. Lay hands on me, pour oil on me, pray for me, then I've reached. It doesn't work like that. Big things, great achievements don't involve just one step. They require a series of steps, a series of maneuvers or stratagems. You cannot just wake up one day and do one thing, then you grow. And so to do well in your church, you must be a master of steps. The worst leaders take 0 steps to achieve anything. They just wait. Let it happen to me. Send me aid. Send me support. Send me money. Somebody should help me. Buy me a car. Buy me a PA system. Give me a building. Dash me a house. Bad leaders are waiting for things to be done for them. And their mind is that by faith it will happen. Hey, Lord, do a miracle. Send help. Show power. Open heaven and pour me a blessing. Then I'll have a house and I'm there. That's not how it works. You must go through the process. Find land. Buy the land. Get a builder. Get a design. Struggle. Lay a foundation. Rest. Go back. Do the walls, the columns, the pillars. Then go back. Come and roof it. To take you 3 years, 4 years. No problem. That's how it is to get a building. Your first building. That's how it is. You must know that it takes steps. Only a simple man will want a one solution. Pray for me and I'm there. That's not how it works. The greater the goal, the more steps you need to get there. If you want to build a huge church, you have to take your time and build members first, because a big building with no people looks ridiculous. You must take your time to and get a good place and get a good location and get good design. And any big project it becomes more complicated and more steps are required. A few steps will get you nowhere, but many steps will bring you to a good destination. And sometimes you have to keep walking. You see, the danger is that you take one step and you see no sign of the end result, then you give up. You take 2 steps, then you stop. The Bible says, through faith and patience that we inherit the promises. It is not just one step that you take and to bring it to a destination, or 2 steps. Sometimes, yes, take those 2 steps and you still see nothing. No problem. Add the 3rd step and the 4th step. Sooner or later, you see that things are now working to your benefit. Another key I'll give you is rally people around you. To be a leader, you must have followers. David, in 1 Chronicles chapter 12, he was in the cave of Absalom, and he had people coming to him, and they came to pledge themselves to him to be his followers. And he welcomed them. If you are for me, stay with me. Join me. Do not command people to follow you. If people follow you by command, one day, when things weaken a little bit, they'll leave you. When people follow you because they have to, one day, when they don't have to, they will leave you. They must follow you because they love you. Bible says, rally people around you. Jesus went around and called people, and they followed him happily. They didn't just follow him because he frightened them with thunder and lightning, and he showed miracles and prophesied to them. They followed him because he loved them. John 13, Jesus, having loved them, he loved them to the end. That's why they followed him, because he loved them. That's why you follow our prophet, because he loves us. Love is what draws us to people, not power and might. If you have power, one day I will also have power. Or one day a greater power will come, then we'll all leave you. It's not by power and strength. Rally people around you, draw them to you, love them, appreciate them, help them, admire them, Some people are complex. No problem. Take your time and deal with them. Don't tease people who don't like teasing. Call them by name. Be interested in their lives. Help them to do something. Listen to their problems. There are myriad ways to draw people around you. Just shouting, follow me, is not enough. Just being a powerful miracle worker and making them fear you is not enough. You must help them to love you and to follow you. Rally people around you. After that, take them with you to the top. Take them with you to the top. Sometimes when God has blessed a group of people, only the leader has a car and all the rest are walking. Sometimes the leader stands out as the great man in the whole area, and he as the big man, the chief, and all the little people around him who are just walking along. That is not what it is. That is not how it should be. Take everyone to the top with you. We should all do well. When you have a car, aim that every one of your assistants and your chief workers will also have a car. When you have a house, aim they will also have houses. Listen, when you do that, you are creating a good system that will last for a long time. When only you have a house, what happens is jealousy and envy, and they want to be like you because only you have a house and they are renting. When we all have houses, then we are all cool. We all go home. We all, when service closes, we all open our cars, sit down, our wives and our children, then we all drive home. But when you're the only one, you take a car, then you drive away in the dust, and we are walking quietly. We become bitter in our hearts. Then we wonder, this man, does he love us? Then we wonder, this man, does he care for us? And he's gone away with his wife and his children, and we are left walking in the dust. Take everyone to the top with you. What you have, pray. They also get it. If it's good for you, it's good for them. If you're enjoying, you should also enjoy small. But don't try to be the lone star and the lone one. What happens is, when they all go to the top, you avoid isolation. It's very lonely to be a leader at the top, I tell you. It's very lonely. Many leaders are alone in their places. When you are alone, when you are the only one there, you are more alone. When they all join with you, they all understand broken walls, they all understand broken punctures, they all understand the difficulties of having a car. Then we can now talk about it, and they understand and they can communicate with you. But when you are the only one there, you are alone by yourself. Number two, you become a target. You are the only one standing. When Satan comes, it's easy to see who is the boss and who are not important, and he just takes you out. When there's an attack in your church, you can see one easily who is the boss. But when you are all doing well, they don't know who to attack. When they attack one, anybody else can rise up and take their place. Listen, don't try to be a lone ranger, a star, the only star in your church. Everybody should rise up with you to the top. And when on the way there, I'm going to give you one last key for this conference. Convince people to sacrifice. Without a sacrifice, we're not going anywhere. A church cannot be built without sacrifice. Somebody must sacrifice. There must be bloodshed. There must be death. There must be loss and suffering. And listen to this. I told you earlier on, loyalty begins from the head. If the head cannot lead us into suffering, don't expect your member to suffer for you. If you, the senior, you, the one in charge, are not able to suffer, to sacrifice, to give up things for the good of the whole body, don't expect anybody to do the same, because you must lead them into sacrifice. And I tell you, without sacrificing, we will not build any church. There's so much more that we could share. There's so much more that we could go into, but we will not finish. I mean, of writing books, there's no end. It's only when Jesus comes that we'll have a fuller understanding of what he says, where he's taking us, what he's leading us to do. It's only when our lives are over that we'll see clearly what God wanted us to do. But these few sessions we've had, these few minutes we had together, is just to bring your attention to certain things that maybe you've not thought about. How to recognize dangerous sons, how to be as wise as a serpent to survive in these tricky times, how to lead your people to build a good church, how to even recognize that some churches that we are building, they are not strong. And the first shaking that comes, we'll finish the church, we'll lose everything, and then we are down to square one. But I believe that these few days have been very significant. I have been so blessed. Even as I prepare, I keep on learning things that I knew, and it's like, yeah, it's true. I have to get people and gather them more. I have to be sure everybody's doing well. Even as I was preparing, I was very blessed myself. And I pray that these few words will bless you too. May they be landmark words that will cause you to make a change in your ministry and in your ministry and in your life and in your life's work. May you not be somebody who cannot change his mind, but somebody who can easily be convinced to do other things. It is the sons of pride who are unable to be convinced to do different things. Pharaoh was a very proud man. He couldn't be convinced to understand that things were different now and let Israel go. But he stood his ground until Egypt was destroyed. It is pride that makes you unable to change your mind. You must accept that God is working on us and he's working something through us. Let us be people who will fulfill our ministries. Let's be people who will do our best for the Lord. May you have a teachable heart and an open ear. May you be somebody that you can listen and receive instruction. And may you be somebody who will not say, I know it all. But Lord, thank you for these few words that I've received. I've learned something. Somebody who will appreciate the wisdom of the prophet in the books given us to give us and direct us on the path to greater ministry. And my prayer is you build a beautiful church, a healthy church, a strong church, a church that the master will come and meet when he comes again, a church that will change many lives, and members in your church will go forth as shining lights to all the different parts of the world. And may your church, this church you're going to build, may it be a strong church. After shakings, there'll be little fallouts. After heavy earthquakes, the building will still be standing. After a great storm of wind coming on the side and rain beating from the top and flood rising from the ground, the house will still be standing. May that be your church, a solid church that God has given you and God has caused you to build. Do well in ministry. Do well as you serve the master. May your hand find things to do and you do it with great strength. And may what you build persist. Be like the tree planted by the river of water, that you yield your fruit in season and your leaves will not wither, and whatever you do will prosper. May God bless you to be a fruitful vine like Joseph, stretching over the world, going beyond your boundaries to enter new territories, new cities, even new countries. May you be a church that is going to be here flourishing with great resources to do whatever God has laid on your heart to do. And may you be a successful minister who is happy with himself. God bless you. God bless you for joining me these few days. Thank you so much for everyone who has just paid attention to listen. These words will help us in all that we do. And God bless the prophet, the bishop, for the books he has written. They are the key to all these conferences. They are the key to all that we can share. His revelation, his understanding is so great that as he teaches us, we can pass it on to faithful men. And may God help you also to have around you faithful men, not slob sons who will fight you, but faithful men who will stand by you and help you to do well. Well, until we meet again next year in February for Leaders Allotted Conference 2022, stay blessed, keep fighting for the Lord, keep doing your best, don't fall to the wayside, don't be overtaken by offense and hurt, Don't let orangus spoil your work. Don't be by yourself alone in a corner. Flow with other people. Find men of like mind, like passion. Work with them and do well. And I believe that we'll have a great time next year. God bless you. God bless you so very much. And anytime you want to reach us, we are here. We can be found easily, and we are available to help you whenever you need help. Father, thank you so very much for these few days of sharing. Thank you for helping us to try to convey your truth to people. Yes, Lord, it was not much. Yes, Lord, maybe we didn't do the best we could, but Lord, take it and multiply it and let them understand it. Lord, take our few words and cause it to change hearts and change minds. Lord, cause them to rethink their dealings with you, and cause them to turn and become closer to you than ever before. And Lord, thank you that in following you, we shall find our life purpose and our calling. Bless us all as we go. Anoint us for the work in hand. Provide all we need to do well, and keep us healthy and strong until Jesus comes. Thank you so very much. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you. God bless you, and see you next year in February. And God keep you till then. Bye-bye.